Hello, visionary. Today we're going to be talking about money worth by design through the centers. This is a discussion we're having in my mastermind group, which is a place where we're using law of attraction, manifestation, business tools, and human design to assist people in awakening to their expression of business as their authentic self, making money, learning about who they are. There was a great question in the mastermind in regard to the undefined ego and the open ego and the hanging gates that might be affecting how this self worth is operating in practice, in launching businesses and standing in your offer. So, I'm going to answer this question for everybody today. So, those of you who have an undefined ego, this will be helpful for you. I'm going to do particular gates, but this will help even if you have an open ego or any questions on how this might be operating. Let's compare this chart, the open ego here with no hanging gates, as opposed to the chart we have here with the 3 hanging gates. So when you have a completely open will center like this one, the idea is that there is an overwhelming inability to process the feelings of self-worth and worthiness, right? Because there's an overwhelming inconsistency, and the overwhelming energy might overcommit, overpromise. It might have difficulty knowing what is a bad relationship, what's a good relationship. They don't want to be seen as weak or unworthy, so they might push people away, cut people off. There's broken promises and resentments and burnout. And so when there's no hanging gates, no activations, the energetic experience and challenge is around the extreme inability to know self-worth or worth of others, extreme overcommitment, and not really knowing the prices. They might be too high or too low, not knowing the promises, not knowing how to prove themselves, maybe feeling invisible, and there's no consistent reference point within them to anchor the value or willpower. So, in terms of business, this can be quite impactful and intense for them. It needs to be said that with every undefined center and open center, there is the wisdom piece that is earned by learning through the deconditioning. Once you master the energy with which you have been absorbing, you realize it's not you, and you gain a mastery over this center. This is something you have earned in your lifetime through not being born with the consistency of a defined center. So even though it might be a little bit more challenging at first, this is the place of the greatest wisdom, the place where the mastery shines. You can heal others because you have earned your degree, you have battled the dragons, and you have conquered. Now, just to look again here at the 3 hanging gates, the idea here is that a person who's undefined with hanging gates, these gates act like little magnets. They're pulling specific themes into their experience. So although they have no consistency, they do have particular themes. There's an inconsistent relationship to the willpower, the self-worth, to the material success. However, there are themes that run through the consistency of these particular gates. So there are themes around how the three gates are going to operate. So we have control, aloneness, and shock. So there's a controlling aspect around the money, maybe a shocking feeling about how to move forward, and then the bargain energy, which is what is the right deal, what is the right bargain with my energy. Right here in the heart center, your human design in the undefined ego. Okay, so the ego is referred to as the willpower, the heart center, or the ego. And this has to do with self-worth, and it has to do with charging your value. Those people with an undefined ego, they usually have more wounding around self-worth than those with a defined ego. This is from the conditioning, from parenting, from schooling. So the idea here is that the heart center is, you want to lead with the mantra, my value is inherent. My value has nothing to do with money. My value has nothing to do with people paying me or not. So business exchange is what people want and what people will pay for. So the idea here is the rewiring. My worth is because I surrender to the truth of abundance and price my business accordingly. So you need to remember that we are all inherent beings. We are all inherently valuable. Okay. And business sometimes, especially if you have a personal brand, is taken personally. And so, especially with those people that have the monkey on the back of self-worth issues, maybe not feeling valuable enough, not feeling valuable. So, let's go a little bit deeper here. The heart center is the center for self-empowerment. But you don't want to use the ego to push through resistance. So sometimes if there's inertia, and this is particularly if you have a defined will, sometimes the defined will push through movement in a direction because you think you should do it. You think it should work for you. So this is a reminder that thy will be done. The willpower should not overpower the sacred strategy and inner authority. So let's go a little bit deeper here into the chart that I want to look at to answer the question around the undefined versus the open ego when it comes to this sense of self-worth, material success, and charging in business. So when we're talking about the theme here of an open ego versus undefined. So an open ego means that there is no activated gates at all. So it's, if you'll notice here around this center, you'll see there's the undefined gate here at the 51, the black hanging gate at the 21, and she actually has a red and black gate here at the gate 40. And some people have absolutely no hanging gates here. That's called an open ego, an open center. So there's no gates activated. So the impact of the open center is that they are much more vulnerable to the pressure to prove themselves. It's a deep self-worth distortion because it's an amplification of the narcissism on the planet, and it's an amplification distortion of not feeling valuable, because narcissism really is approving of worth because they feel unworthy. If you've been conditioned by strong egos in school, the neighbors, the kids, or your parents, then you're going to have a wounding. If your parents told you any type of conditioning Why aren't you more like this person? Why aren't you good enough? Why don't you get yourself more thin? Why isn't your body looking like this? Why aren't you smart enough? Why don't you get better grades? Like all of those things of competition and keeping up, that is all right here that an open ego is going to have trouble with. And they do not have a filter. So they do not have any way. It's kind of like this bucket that's overflowing because there's no pipes to process the wounding. So the hanging gate will give someone a process. So even though you're absorbing and amplifying and feeling out of control with this kind of conditioning, there are tools, there are resources because of the hanging gate to manage the energy. Okay, so the gate 21, which is the hanging gate here, this is the gate of control, the gate of resources, the hunter, the huntress. They call this also, it's the base of the king or the queen, the treasurer of the king or the queen. So this is where the theme may come in. So she has 3 themes to manage the energy of the conditioning. This theme here may come as a strong urge to manage or protect others. Okay. But without the full channel, without the 45, you may struggle with the feeling of powerlessness or not in control enough. The self worth hook or vulnerability here might be I'm only valuable if I'm the one who keeps everything organized or secure or in check. So that might be how this energy works here with that theme in the gate 21. So undefined with 3 themes. It's an overwhelming inconsistency around self-worth, but it comes through these themes. So it gives her a little bit more of a knowledge of how the pain is coming in, as opposed to people who are completely open and have absolutely no ability to navigate the energy, the inconsistency, and the energy around worth. So the gate 40, this is the gate of aloneness. It's the gate of work and rest and agreements. It's the bargaining. So this is a deep theme of providing and overgiving. So this burnout here is trying to prove worth through hard work or sacrifice. So without the full channel here, you might be consistently seeking the right tribe, the right partnership, and trying to show your efforts so that you feel valued. Again, this is someone with that is a splenic projector, but with this wide split. So feeling like they need somebody to fill the gaps. And then the self-work hook here might be if I work hard enough or I give enough, then they'll value me. That needs to be turned around. So you have to feel the value first, honor the value, honor the energy, hold it first. And then we have that gate 52, which is the shock. So this is again where you're pulling in the learning of this undefined ego. And so there's an extra pressure here around this proving of worth, and pain here would be the shocking awareness of how money might be transforming the entire chart. So it's unconscious here. So you might be pulling in shock to lead you to living correctly as yourself. So that gate 51, sorry, I might have said 52, but the gate 51 that's here off the ego is the 51. And that is that gate that pulls in the revelation. It pulls in the pushing out of the nest to learn to fly. And so sometimes subconsciously you pull things in to trigger you to awakening to your truth around performance, money, worth, and application of your business based here on that undefined ego. So you want to know that, yes, there's no consistency, but your worth is not tied to the consistency, the control, or trying to prove yourself through the performance. Your worth is through the recognition, through being yourself, through providing insight, providing the correction, the lead, guide, and directing, right? So you want to make sure that you're not chasing the money through recognition and approval. It is more about being in your uniqueness, right? Being in what you're really here to give. Because remember, the ego distorts, and it distorts around the commitments, like making commitments, trying to prove, instead of aligning to the insight and the vision that you do have to offer. Okay. So, a couple powerful contemplations for this undefined ego with these three hanging gates that cause distortion around commitment, self worth, providing value. So, some contemplations and reflections would be, where in your life do you feel like you have to earn your worth? And what if your presence was already enough? A couple more contemplations here. Where am I trying to control outcomes to feel safe? And what would trust really look like, feel like? What would it mean to surrender to the greater will? Thy will be done is a mantra, but what would it feel like to trust and know my worth, especially in the area where I feel insecure, providing my unique value in a unique business opportunity, doing exactly what I love? The next contemplation would be, when do I feel the most worthy? And what is the feeling coming from when you need to have an external validation? So, where's that coming from? And when do I feel most worthy? Usually, for a projector, when they're in their insight, they're in their correction, they're going to feel the most seen and worthy. So, lean more into that rather than when there's an external validation longing that's coming from the undefined centers. Where am I still carrying the belief that I have to fix or work harder to deserve success? This could be like, also, where am I carrying the belief that I have to fix or work harder to deserve the business that I love, to deserve rest, to deserve the financial success in an area that really is meaningful to me? Sometimes it's easier to make money in areas that are less meaningful, getting a job or working for certain people or doing things that cause burnout. Sometimes it's easier than doing what you really love that has a lot of meaning, because there's just a bigger attachment, a bigger drive and wanting. And sometimes that causes more shadow, more resistance. Like, oh, I can't be that happy. I can't be that successful. I can't have it be that easy, right? What parts of you have learned to associate the stillness, which really is needed here, with laziness or failure, right? So sometimes we need stillness, we need resting, and we need to make sure that it's not tied into this laziness or failure. So the last question here is, what if I knew I never had to provide or prove myself again? Provide worth or prove myself again. How would I relate to money, time, and my business differently? So there are some contemplations around this undefined ego, these hanging gates, and how it all aligns through wealth and proving worth and deconditioning. These are the questions here, and I hope that was valuable for all of you.